Alright, today we'll be boxing up this boxwood. This is one I collected. Some neighbors didn't want their shrubs anymore and offered to take them, so 8 of these, and I boxed up 4, so I just thought I'd record one just so everybody can see how you do it. Alright, I'll get started. If you want to see the scale, this is my hand. So it's a pretty good trunk, and got a lot of the root ball intact. I just uncovered it. It's still wet, so it should be okay. But, yeah, I'll get this. What I usually do first is I take out all this loose soil here and bare root it, and then I'll wash it down, make sure it's all gone, get it real wet, and then I'll put it in the box, wire it down, and fill it up. So I'll get started, and I'll bare root this first, and then I'll show you the next steps. Alright. Okay, I have it mostly bare rooted. I have some issues with the roots. It's going to have to lay flat in the box. So anything that goes straight down, it's going to have to come off. You see this big root right here, it's going to be an issue. It's really nice, but unless I want some kind of root over rocks, tree, it's going to have to come off. So I'm going to start by clipping the stuff that goes straight down. I clip it about right there. Have some more right here. And I want to try to make a flat base or platform that so it'll sit level in the box. This one here is, let me show you. This is a really big issue. Right here. You can see that it's semi-horizontal, but it's way too thick. So more than likely, after it's in its box and it's established itself, the next repotting, I'm probably going to have to carve this down. So for now, though, I'm just going to saw about right there. All I want to do is get it down enough so that it's level. And that's another thing about boxwood, is it's really hard wood. It's really dense. It's actually one of the few woods that's denser than water. So when you're cutting through it, sometimes it can take a while. Okay, so I'm looking, it's going to be about right there. So this I have to cut down just a little bit more. Move this right here. Just like that. And that'll give me an even base to plant on. So I've already washed it and bare rooted it. Next I'm going to put it in this box. This is a box I've used before. It's still got the wire in there. I don't know how useful this wire will be. It's pretty short because when I pulled the tree out, I just cut the wire, pulled it out, and left the wire in there, but we'll see. Because it's so top heavy right now, I'm going to go ahead and trim it. Boxwood is deciduous, but it's a little bit different from most deciduous trees. You can't totally defoliate it or it won't come back, so you have to leave some leaves below your cuts. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go ahead and trim it up. All of the top is going to be gone eventually because I want to force it to back bud here closer to the trunk. So for now I'm just going to thin it out. I'm going to cut it back pretty hard, but I'm still going to leave some leaves on it, some green on it. So that's what I'm going to do next. And once I get that off, it'll make it a lot easier to work with in the box. So it won't be so top heavy. Okay. So this is a good size box for this tree. I don't know if you can see, but these wires I already had in here are pretty short, so they're not really going to be useful for wiring the actual bulk of the trunk into the box. But because this box is so shallow, I'm having problems with my roots coming above the top of the box. So to solve that, I can use the wire that's in here, go ahead and wire them down a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll just take this wire, and it's not really going to do anything as far as holding the tree in the box, but it will keep the roots below the soil, and that's what I really want. I have some extra wire I cut earlier. Okay, so I just wired the roots down, keep them below the soil, keep them from drying out. What I'm going to do next is I've got this long piece that's going to go over the trunk and have a shorter piece sticking out of the box here. And this was all from the bottom. Push the wire from the bottom. Makes it a lot easier to work with if you can actually do the twisting and connecting on top of the box. Whenever I wire over the actual wood, it's going to be seen. I like to use this this tubing. It's just rubber hose. I get it from AutoZone. I think it's Fuel Line. It's about $1 a foot. And what I'll do is I'll cut off a piece. Trimmers are dull from cutting this boxwood. And then I'll slip it over wherever the wire is going to come in contact with the wood. Just like that. And that'll keep you from getting those big scars. They'll heal eventually, but it'll take a long time. So just like that. So I'll go over here to this side. And go ahead and connect it. Just twist it like that. Make sure this rubber is pulled over. Anything that could scar the wood. And then I use these lineman's pliers. They're really handy because you can use them to cut the wire as well as twist it. And I'll just start with the hand twist, and I'll cut off what I don't need. It makes it easier. And I'll start twisting. Just gradually it'll tighten the wire. You have to be careful that you don't twist off the connection you're making. you turn the wire too much, too tight, it's aluminum wire, so it will just come off. You don't want that. That's pretty tight. That's not going to go anywhere. So it's a little bit loose. Twist it a little bit more. I don't want it too tight. I don't want to scar the wood. That'll hold it in. And then you can come back on the other side. Cut off what you don't need. You really want your trees stable in your box, because as it starts to grow new roots, throw out new roots, it's going to have these little microfiber roots, and any movement that the tree has in the box is going to tear those roots. So you want to make sure it's nice and stable in the box. So next I'm going to go ahead and fill it with my bonsai soil and give it a good watering. We'll be done. Big stabilizing roots keep the tree elevated from the box. I'll be able to put the soil underneath the tree and in between the roots. And if I didn't, I'd need something to elevate the tree a little bit and put a layer of soil first, but I think it'll be okay like that. Start shoveling it in. So now I've got this little tool, root rake, that has a spade on the end, and I'll just kind of work it into the roots of the tree so that everything's covered. You don't want to leave any spaces, air pockets, anything like that. You want everything to be able to get wet. So stray roots, just tuck them into the soil.